Hi Debbie, good evening. Only Roger is here. Hey Karen. There are like 5 cups. Everybody watch the convoy live stream right now, right? I watch them. Hi Jen, how are you? I tried to recall the street name. They don't have another street. Here is the East Street and the 19th Street, Southeast. The corner, yeah. Because some patrons asked me to give them the address, Freedom Corner address, but many of them couldn't find us when they first time to come to here. So I try to find the exactly Freedom Corner's address. It's East Street, across the 19th Street, Southeast. Hello, Roger. Good evening.
Hi, Rebecca.
Lindy, hi, how are you? Baby, how are you?
Susan, hi Shelly. Sherry's live. I see you in late, Claire.
You're welcome, baby. Thank you for your support for J6s. Sherry.
Yeah. Fine and Jay or Love, if you
How many people?
I don't know. I haven't watched it all day. I was working on J6 and
70 million.
This will review. It's probably about 70 degrees, I imagine.
Everybody watch. Even Roddy watching the Sherry's live stream. Yeah. Go, 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 American.
Looks like there's pretty big crowd there.
Post my live stream on my Twitter.
Spinning around, I hope she don't get dizzy. Telling everybody that's there.
How are you?
Good night.
You have a good talk.
Yeah, that's what helps that up.
Plank around. Just gotta push. And then it goes pop.
Didn't want to break it.
Right. How are you, Miss Rebecca?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. How's it going, Rebecca?
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Hello, Miss Lily.
Hi, welcome, come back. Yeah, we missed you.
Yeah, I missed you guys too.
It's in the bag.
Americans, that is who we are. And it's time that we remember that Americans submit to no man, no government. We only submit to God.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You play God, homeboy, don't do that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You play God, homeboy, don't do that. Said, once you got something to say, I hope this mic is on. Cause nowadays feel like we living in the twilight zone. No, facts don't matter. What's wrong is right and what's right is wrong. Right is hot and you coward. I want you supposed to fly back, love. Keep acting like you got on time and you about to meet them. Lay one finger on my family and I set up the meetings. Suppressing true lies, all they speaking sounding like some demons. You lead them. That blood is on your hands and people you deceive. Don't mind me, I'm just praying to God. Government out here playing God. Trying to put that poison in our arm. And send some voices who don't play along. Don't touch my family, don't touch my family. So I be gotta see a man that they don't want to shut up. My Bible warned me about the days we're living in. Politicians are playing God, this government, oh, they ain't disciplined. Don't touch my family, don't touch my family. So I be gotta see a man that they don't want to shut up. My Bible warned me about the days we're living in. Politicians are playing God, this government, oh, they ain't disciplined. Guess we the people, we ain't equal to our gods in office. We know you cheated, ain't no secret how you got in office. But we the sheep who watching TV laughing at the office. So we taking needles, so we bring it like that's no problem. How can you not see Nazis still exist and still are evil? How can you not see shots we taking straight up killing people? Spell out attendance, using movies, then we live the sequel. Resident Evil real, that's why me and mine at the steeple. Don't mind me, I'm just praying to God. Government out here playing God. Trying to put that poison in our arm. And send some voices who don't play along. Don't touch my family, don't touch my family. So I be gotta see a man that they don't want to shut up. My Bible warned me about the days we're living in. Politicians are playing God, this government, oh, they ain't disciplined. Don't touch my family, don't touch my family. So I be gotta see a man that they don't want to shut up. My Bible warned me about the days we're living in. Politicians are playing God, this government, oh, they ain't disciplined.
Bryson was there, and Bryson likes guns.
My haters be giving my name to the feds. They went to my parents' house, I was at home in bed. All this duckers either want me in prison or dead. I pulled up at the crib, MAGA hat still on my head. Bryson ain't did nothing wrong, I'm going like a stone. They probably gon' tap my cribs, they probably tap my phone. And people send me death threats, better leave me alone. Cause I just bought another gun and it's legally owned. Rappers dissing on my name, hoping they help their status. Rookies hating on the vet, get in the gym and practice. And they said I'm a terrorist with semi-automatics. I guess they probably love me better if I was in the Castro. Hey, I'm Max most wanted, ayy. Hey, I'm Max most wanted, ayy. I'm Max most wanted, ayy. Hey, I'm Max most wanted, ayy. Hey, I'm Max most wanted with the smoke if you want it, ayy. I'm with the smoke if you want it, ayy. I'm with the smoke if you want it, with the smoke if you want it, ayy. Hey, I'm Max most wanted, ayy. Hey, I'm Max most wanted, ayy. I'm Max most wanted. I'm a Christian with a MAGA hat and AR. Of course, they not trying to let me make it fall. And they always taking shots like we was in the bar. Instead of hating on me, you need to get up the bar. Death threats, now the FBI, what's next? No evidence, but the left labeled me a suspect. Said I was in the Capitol, but we was on the steps. Exercising our First Amendment is better, I guess. If you a Trump supporter, look at what you got in store. They ban us on the internet, but I promise it's more. Right now it's federal investigators at your door. They gon' probably ban a MAGA hats inside the stores. They rich in spirit, but I know they trying to make us pause. They probably take our guns before you can count to four. And they probably ban the Bible so we can't read no more. You better wake up and realize it's a spiritual war. Hey, want it, ayy. I'm with the smoke if you want it, ayy. I'm with the smoke if you want it, with the smoke if you want it, ayy. Ayy, I'm Magus most wanted, ayy. Ayy, I'm Magus most wanted, ayy, I'm Magus most wanted.
Hip-hop diet is full of guys who cannot even rap. Media dividing us by colors, white or black. If you believe in Jesus, these days Christians get attacked. If you don't hate police, then everybody thinks you're whack. And everything's so connected. Black Lives Matter got so aggressive. White folks who agree can't support the message. Both sides go to war because they don't respect it. Our social climate from the global tension turned to total violence and a whole depression. We can unify and then I'll go against them, but we let them divide us with votes and elections. The music we bump, all about shooting guns and doing drugs. The things that we want to promote it subliminally through the songs. Like, you need a fast car, you need designer clothes, you need a rap star to tell you to start popping pills at the blunt and go live at the club till you're broke. It's all controlled by the elites, with fake news all over our screens, convincing the right to go fight with the left and distract from the fact it's each other we need. Divided by race and religion, segregated into teams. You're a white supremacist. If you're not, I guess you Antifa.
Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood don't splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter.
Freedom's dead if you have an opinion, take it back. People hate the president, if you don't, then you trash. Indoctrinate the nation using news and mainstream rap. The government abuses us, it's all part of the plan. And it's so confusing. Black Lives Matter is a valuable movement, but all lives matter ain't racist or stupid. It's non-black humans who don't feel included. All colors fall under laws who govern the whole country and we all suffer. We're all broke and nobody recovers until we accept that we're all brothers. Hey, the music we make, all about big booties and getting paid. Hey, whoa. We watch the news and it fills up our brains with violence and riots and race. Like this is a race war. You need to hate more. Get what you came for. You need some songs about Xanax and violence so you can escape more. What a vicious cycle we can't break away from. They control the culture, they control the paper. They're indoctrinating a whole generation till the patriots start to hate the nation. The music we love make us dumb and addicted. The news that we watch is brainwashing the children. The viruses, riots, and racist conditions ain't problems. They're symptoms of life in the system.
Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood don't splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter.
The music will make you dumb. The media makes you hate. And they control them both. There ain't no escape. They put the world in a state of chaos, economy crashing and massive layoffs. Black against white or it's left versus right, divide and conquer and control is the payoff.
Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood don't splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter.
On that note, let's get some Jesus. I'm sick in my stomach.
I didn't even have to tell y'all. Y'all knew what to do.
Spirit of the Heavenly Father, we ask that you come. You said you are just on the other side of the door. And if we knock, if he is knocking, we're knocking on the door of America, knocking on the door of our heart. And he said if we open the door, he will come in and be with us. Are we willing to open the door and welcome him in? Is America willing to open the door and welcome him back in? Yes, we chased him out of our hearts, and we chased him out of this country. We rejected him from our spirits. We rejected his words from our institutions. And we are reaping the results when we rejected God. But he is a merciful and compassionate God. And he is willing to forgive our transgressions and our iniquities if we're willing to welcome him back in. So Father, this evening and everyone here says, we want you back. We welcome you back. And America wants you back. Today, Father, there was an event at the Museum of the Bible where many leaders of our community, from congressmen to pastors to many different organizations of different culture, race, and belief came together and repented for our sins. And we know that, and we pray that our Father in heaven hear us and examine our heart and accept our repentance and come back in to be with us and rebuild this nation and rebuild each of us, including our patriots, including those that may have done things that the government has not forgiven, but God has forgiven. And when God forgives, they will be set free. No government can bind them, but God has set free. So we give thanks this evening to our Heavenly Father, for He will do great things in 2024. He will set our prisoners free, as well as each one of us free. Thank you, Jesus. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome back, Nicole Reppett. I'm sure she got some stuff to say. I do. I'm so happy to be back. I was so happy to be in Texas too, though. When
It's okay.
All right. Yeah, I had a moment there. I know. I thought something, yeah. And so I saw my kids, went to Lindale, had a really great event. A lot of really great Patriots came out. I know a lot of y'all watched it on live stream. And, you know, once again, you know, you live streamers make all of the difference when it comes to getting the message out. You know, we may have had 50, 75 people there, but there were so many watching on the stream. So, you know, I appreciate all the work that all you guys put into that. Miss Judy, she put on a great event. Today happens to be her birthday, so I'm going to do a little shout out. Happy birthday to Judy if you're watching. And so it was great to see my girls. You know, it's hard to be out of DC because everything is so rapid here and rabid. I mean, but you know, you're gone, and you know what happens in this district, in this territory, because it is not its own, it's barely its own city. You know, it has
A lot of stuff going on tonight.
there's, you know, I'm a little distracted, man. I'm bringing it to DC tonight. I don't know, but making me a little nervous. At any rate, you know, you see the ripple effects throughout. What they decide here in DC, the effects of it are in, you know, they're in all of our communities, and it's just getting worse and worse. But I will get off. I'm happy to be back, and I'll be here all week. We're so glad to have you back, Nicole.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello, how are you guys doing again tonight?
Hey, Taylor. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent. It's been a good day here in the pumpkin patch.
Nice. Tell us about it.
Okay, well, it's, you know, we had indoor rec, not outdoor rec. We had indoor rec for a second time this week, which is amazing because we usually only have it one time a week in the evenings, I should say. We have it most mornings, but it's just me and Matt and Silva that end up going. So it's fun for the guys to go play basketball. I had to skip out tonight because I had a shin split that killed me. But anyways, it was just a good day. It was lots of great conversations here, relatively quiet, but yeah, it was fun. Good day.
Good.
So I've got another parable for you guys tonight. It takes me a couple minutes to read this, but it's something that I've actually circulated around the pod here, and it gets to be kind of a thing. When we walk by each other, we'll often ask each other, does the sun rise in the east? And I want to share it with the world today. Is that okay?
All right.
All right, so this is written by Denver C. Snuffer Jr. He's the same person who wrote the blog post that I read yesterday. And this is from chapter 2 of his book, 10 Parables, and it's called Wise Men. A certain king, and by the way, this is designed for those of you that are listening. You may want to listen to this a couple times, because when you let it sink in, you're going to have this massive aha moment. A certain kingdom had as its leaders the wisest of all men. In the beginning, these men were simple men who knew how to labor with their hands. When a great matter needed to be settled, and it could not be resolved by any agreement or other party, then the wise men were given authority to resolve it. There was a custom in this kingdom that whenever men were friends, they would eat together. By sharing food, they were tied together by the same substance. There were in this kingdom 2 men who had adjoining property, who had been friends and shared many a meal and fellowship together. These friends began to quarrel with each other. The dispute was all the more bitter because these men were friends. They disputed over their land's boundaries, over animals which moved from one property to the other. They would quarrel, shouting over the fences at each other. They shared as much time bickering as enemies as they had shared as friends. Finally, they disputed over a tree which grew on one man's land, but whose branches spread to the other man's land. The tree bore fruit, and the man who owned the tree claimed the fruit to be his, even if it overhung his neighbor's land. The other man claimed the fruit that grew over his property belonged to him, and just as any other thing on his land was his. A lower judge decided in favor of the man over whose property the branches hung. In response, the owner of the tree said he would cut off the branches which overhung and asked permission to enter his neighbor's property to cut the branches. The man refused, and the judge refused. For fear of his neighbor not respecting the decision and the branches being cut, the winner appealed to the wise men who presided over the kingdom for a confirming decision, for anger over what he regarded as a loss of his property. The loser also appealed to the wise men, hoping for a better decision. When the wise men sat to consider the matter, they inquired about the tree and the land. and the fruit. After all, the matter concerning the fruit was learned. The wise men inquired further, How long have you been living as neighbors? We are not neighbors, responded the one. We merely have land which touches, said the other. Neighbors implies we are friends, we are not, said the first, while the others nodded his head in agreement. How long have you lived on the land which touches, inquired the wise men. All our lives, said the one. We have obtained our land from our fathers, and we have neither one lived elsewhere, said the other. How long has the tree been growing, they asked. I planted it, pruned it, watered it, fed it for 35 years, answered the owner of the tree. How recently has it borne fruit? It has borne fruit for 30 years. How long have the branches overhung your neighbor's land, asked the wise men, unwittingly calling him a neighbor again. For the last 5 growing seasons, my tree's fruit has hung over the adjoining land, responded the owner of the tree, avoiding the word neighbor. During this time, you have eaten the fruit from the tree, asked the wise men. Have you eaten the fruit of the tree, asked the wise men. Yes, responded the owner. And did you also eat the fruit which grew over your land, which came from the same tree, the wise men asked the neighbor. Yes, responded the neighbor. Then you are neighbors, and you are friends, said the wise men. You have shared food together for 5 years, and you each owe the other friendship under our custom. Do you not both see that this tree has provided you a bridge, and you have both chosen to walk across it? As the owner, you have let the tree grow while pruning it to overshadow your neighbor's land. As to the neighbor, you have let the tree grow over your land, then fought to keep and eat the fruit so that you may again share a meal with your friend. You have acted consistently with friendship, and you are neighbors, friends, and neighbors. The wisdom of these words startled these neighbors, and finally convinced them they both had more in common than in dispute. They returned to their homes and continued in friendship. The kingdom kept this wisdom in memory for generations. As time passed, the original wise men died, and were replaced with others. As the kingdom grew, the wise men needed to resolve increasingly difficult disputes. More questions involved both complexity and subtlety. Therefore, men trained with more formal education, rather than ordinary men who worked with their hands, were sought out to join the wise men. Simple men could not be trusted to resolve the increasingly greater disputes within the kingdom. Men who were trained in law or in medicine were chosen. Men who had training in philosophy and theology were added. Then men whose lives were renowned in the kingdom were sought in the hope that the respect these wise men enjoyed in their lives, civic and business success, would confer respect on the council of wise men. Generation after generation lived and died in this kingdom, while the wise men continued to be the final authority in matters of dispute among them. They enjoyed the universal respect of all the kingdom, for they were men renowned, men of education, men of success. One day, a persecuted man was brought before them for judgment. He had claimed falsely that the heavens were not perfect, nor was the earth the center of the universe. His accusers were angry at him for having written a book on this heresy. Why do you make this claim? Asked the wise men. I have seen it, responded the man. I have looked through a telescope, and I have seen what is in heaven. I know these things, for I have seen them, and you can know them too. I have brought a telescope with me, and if you will but look, you will see for yourself. The wise men exclaimed, examined the telescope carefully, and reasoned together. They responded, This is but brass and glass, and nothing worthy of use in the judgment of heavens. You are defying our best learning and our wisest traditions. It was right to persecute you. You must not teach nor spread these heresies. You shall be confined and kept from speaking these things to others. The judgment was enforced. The man's books were destroyed, and he was confined to a monastery to live out his life. However, there were others who also began to use telescopes to look upward. Within a generation, there were many who had looked and seen the same thing as the persecuted, now dead, man had seen. Slowly, the deceased, persecuted man's ideas were proven by many others. 10 generations after this dispute, everyone knew the persecuted and imprisoned man was right, and the wise men had been wrong. This was troubling to the wise men of that day, as all in the kingdom now knew their wisdom had failed in a notable case from the past. Without ever saying so, the wise men began to allow fewer matters of importance to come before them. They became more and more distant from the disputes of the kingdom. They also sought for men with more training and more education to avoid another mistake. The wisdom of the wise men then consisted primarily in their caution for fear of a mistake. They said and did less and less for fear of lacking wisdom. They sought for more and more learning. They became men whose lives were devoted to study with the most cunning and cautious minds. For many years they added no wisdom to the kingdom by settling disputes. They only spoke and reminded the kingdom of the great lessons of the past. Finally, the whole kingdom grew impatient from their silence, the silence of their wise men. They have abandoned us, they thought. It was agreed among a band of citizens to put a question to them by popular request, in the hope that they would wisely answer. They hoped that by asking them a question, one question for the kingdom, it may lead to much needed guidance from the wise men in other questions facing the kingdom. The wise men were implored to consider the question and at length met to consider the simple question put to them by the citizens of the kingdom. Does the sun rise in the east? Upon hearing the question, the wise men reasoned privately amongst themselves. This sounds like a trick. It was a question over astronomy which first created doubts over our wisdom. We must be very careful in how we answer this, for the people are trying to show us again to be foolish. If we say yes, we may be in error, for the sun changes at the equator from east at the fall and spring equinox to northeast in the summer solstice, and then to the southeast in the winter solstice in one of them. But if we say no, we may be in error, for whether it is the northeast or the southeast, it is always the east, countered another. I have read of an account in ancient history in which the sun rose immediately after setting. If therefore this account is true, then the sun must surely have once risen in the west, added a third. I have read of an account in which the sun set, but there was no dark. Then the sun rose again the next day, but there was no darkness throughout the night. If therefore this nighttime light is taken into account, then the light of the sun may not depend either on the east or the west. It may be direction independent, added yet another.
Hello?
Close, so dense.
I'm sorry, but we lost you at direction independent.
Okay. It may be direction independent, added yet another. What sun? Asked one of the wisest. We have learned there are many suns and many planets which orbit them. We have now seen galaxies in which the clusters of suns in the middle are so close, so dense that from any planet around any of these surely suns rise in all directions and shine at all times, and there is no night. Finally, they concluded, we must know more about the question to be able to answer it. Without more, this question makes no sense. We will be trapped if we answer. To the kingdom, the wise men announced their answer to the question. Does the sun rise in the east? With the reply, we cannot tell, for the question makes no sense to us. The kingdom now saw their wise men had lost all wisdom. They were so disappointed with the loss, they demanded that they have men who were wiser still. These men were unwise. The kingdom threw them out and replaced them with simple men who toiled with their hands and knew the sun rose in the east, who planted their crops in the spring and who harvested them in the fall, whose calloused hands were familiar with labor and therefore were able to wisely lend help when something needed to be fixed. What is a woman? Do you guys remember this?
Yeah,
Supreme Court Justice, what is a woman? Does the sun rise in the east? It's the parable of the wise men, and I absolutely love it because it shows the absurdity of the people who lead us.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Especially when, I just never will forget Marsha Blackburn asking the Supreme Court Associate Justice nominee, what is a woman? I don't know. That's for the biologist to figure out.
Yeah.
Right? Someone tonight was just saying that their sister just took their kids out of school because they had math homework, and it was actually this question. This is according to him. What is 2 plus 2? And the child answered 4, and they got the question wrong because according to the return on the homework, 2 plus 2 is almost 5.
Oh my. What?
So this is one of those parables we can let stew, a lot, and how simple most things in life are. Does the sun rise in the east? When should we plant our crops? Do you think we should do inspections on our airplanes before we let them leave the train station? Do you think we should protect our cyber infrastructure from Chinese hackers?
Do you think we should protect our children from pedophiles?
From pedophiles? Do you think maybe we should have transparency in our elections? You know what I mean? How many of these simple questions do we pose to our wise men today? And we get back an answer like, well, we don't understand the question.
Right.
Where's your North Star? Does the sun rise in the east? And we walk around this pod, and this book is passed around quite a bit here. And it is one of the first things I know when someone's read the book because they walk up to me and they look at me with excitement and say, does the sun rise in the east? Because we all feel the sting of this very much, right? Like, where is justice to be found? Right. And anyways, I wanted to share this with the world through the visual audience. This is the importance of asking questions. This is the importance of asking our legislators and our quote-unquote lawmakers questions. Who is Ray Epps? Right? What are these ghost buses? These are the questions they don't want to answer because they're too complicated for the simple answers. Right? They want to be wise men, but they've lost all wisdom.
Yeah, how about those pipe bombers?
How about those pipe bombers? You know, who set the pipe bomb? Yeah, exactly. There's so many questions that we can ask, and the answers are usually pretty simple, but we don't get a simple answer back, do we? In the pod today, we watched quite a bit of the hearing on cybersecurity and all the tech companies.
Yep.
Gosh, talk about a lot of wise men, right?
Yeah.
It's really incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, and what do you think is actually going to be done about protecting our children on the internet?
You have 1 minute remaining.
Well, I don't think that they are going to protect our children at all. I think that we need to protect our children.
Right.
I think that we are the solution to every problem that we have. When we take the responsibility back on ourselves, that's when the wise men will lose their power. You know, I don't expect anything from them. I expect me to be with them.
That's a good perspective
Thank you.
to have, Taylor.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm glad I got to share this. GibsonGo.com/John Takis Family Health. And I sure love this audience, and I love the letters that you guys write me. Yeah, it's an honor to do this with you guys every night, to honor you as you honor us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you, Patriot.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night.
Well, he always has something good to say.
I know, it comes with it.
Doesn't he?
Should be a teacher.
Hi, Freedom Nuts. Hi, Yorkie. Hi, Gilbert. Hi, Linda. Hi, Cora.
So I just want to thank True Blue for the amazing food she sent to our house today. Nicole Reffitt said it saved her life when she got off the airplane. I did that little street taco thing. It was life-saving tacos. There was an amazing rotisserie chicken that came all hot and steamy, and a lot of other goodies. So thank you, True Blue, and thank you, Dwight. I don't know where Dwight went, but Dwight made a donation to us. Thank everybody. Just amazing. And, you know, Susie and AJ with their toilet paper. You know somebody love you when they send you toilet paper. It's the good stuff.
Yeah,
The
it's
Charmin.
not that single ply. No.
The quilted Charmin.
That's right.
So anyway, True Blue, it was a nice surprise and a tasty morsel, and lots of tasty morsels. So thank you so much.
Hi, Mama Earth.
Selling my soul.
Thank you.
Working all day. Overtime
You can live with a lot of things, but you gotta have some good toilet paper.
Oh, yeah.
Right back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. People like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
For joining us.
Oh, it is. Living in the new.
Taylor always has good
With
advice and knowledge. I like a lot of people.
Rich man knows the rich man, Lord knows it all. Just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do. And I don't think you know, but I know that you do. Your dollar
I'm
ain't
good
shit,
right
and
now.
it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich man, cause the rich man.
She likes the baby.
Yeah.
Wish politicians look out for minors, not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and they hold these milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. People like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul.
Good flag waving.
These rich men know the rich men, Lord knows they all what you do, and then I don't think you know, but I know that you do, cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, cause the rich men, cause the rich men.
What's going on, Patriots? How are you?
Hey. Hello, Mr. Sir. I'm not sure that we should say your name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's obvious, but this is the DNC show with a guy named D and a guy named C. C is currently unavailable, but he'll be here in 2 seconds. 2 seconds, I should say.
Well, how are you doing, C?
But I'm doing all right. Got a whole bunch of mail in today. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
And Tammy, try to start America's favorite podcast from the DC jail with 2 guys whose name starts with D and C without me. Chris? Well, you know, listen, time waits for no man. Oh my God.
That's right. We're on a schedule.
That's it. I had to grab my headphones. Speaking of, got some wonderful pictures. One in particular of someone in a very poopy coat holding a sign that I was told to dispose of because it's very, very cold and someone does not look too pleased. Obviously not pleased to be there, but it's definitely cold, you can tell. And then there's one from Seegerville, Texas.
All right.
And they're also in long sleeves, but not nearly as cold.
Right.
One over from Huntington Beach, California, and one in Pennsylvania for the Justice for J6 rally walk. So thank you. Who sent those to me? Cheryl Johnson.
Oh, Cheryl.
So thank you, Cheryl.
She's in Northern Nick. Cheryl and
Yes,
right?
yes, and I have a letter from Cheryl, stating all of the things that they should said. And then again, the Johnson sent me some letters, so thank you very much. It got a little crazy here, not crazy, but just hectic today. Got some PT in, and that just takes forever. And then also MAGA Mouse from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah, so that's the first MAGA Mouse newsletter. This is the first MAGA Mouse newsletter. Go ahead.
We have a MAGA Mouse book in one of our guest rooms.
Yeah. So that's from the Mervers. Caitlin, Sarah, and Christopher Merver. So thank you for that. Everyone's starting to get those. And Dempsey got a bunch of letters from children in California. So I forgot who this yeah, so one was really, it was like the cutest letter ever. It was like, well, I sure hope the police treat you better in there, but I'm not sure that they thought that they listened to a 12-year-old.
That's so sweet.
But anyway, thank you so much for the letters. And on a good note, had to sit down with the captain, and hopefully some things will get straightened out, and hopefully I can let the judge know that, hey, listen, Landrigan wasn't the best at following DOC procedures over here. So, some things that happened that didn't happen quite to DOC procedure, and there was no you were guilty before anything. You were guilty no matter what. So it's kind of like being in DC, kind of cool.
We do know. Yeah,
I mean, why should be inside the jail be any different than outside the jail? Right. So,
But yeah, we're just another day here in the old gulag, you know. Nothing exciting.
Well, I will say, it seems like after we talked about it a little bit, we have been getting, and I don't know if it's due to a changing of the guard or Freedom Corner or just us continuing to talk about it, we have gotten more inside rec in the afternoon, at least this week. And in the interest of holding myself accountable, I have to admit, I've been on the losing end of James Grant's three-point shooting for the last twice in 1 week. It's been tough. But Jonathan, our man Taylor, he's been down with shin splint. And hopefully we get back to our winning ways soon. But ultimately, want to thank everybody out there, whether it's the jail or people on the outside, for helping us get a little bit more rec. Because that's important. And I also wanted to say, just to shed some light on how this, I'm excited to finally be able to even touch on this subject, but I think Chris is known as the most litigious IGP filer in C3A history.
No.
I think in the jail. I would say in the jail.
It's possible. It's possible to be.
Just saying.
But you guys remember a couple weeks ago when it was absolutely freezing in here, and I just want to talk to you guys through the process. I finally had, I had one blanket, I had one pair of thermals that the jail provided that for some reason was a 6X. I'm not a 6X. But in any case, it was so cold that several of us had to file grievances, and I put one in on the 17th. Okay, this is an internal inmate informal resolution complaint form. We put it into a box, somebody picks it up every day, and then it gets transferred somewhere in the jail. So I put it in on the 17th, which was a Wednesday. The jail then stamped that they received it the following Monday on the 22nd, and don't issue a response till today, 2 Wednesdays later on the 31st. Now, I don't know where in this sprawling complex something has to go, but to take from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then Monday, for it to even be received, and then another 2 weeks to even be responded to. That it was a time-sensitive matter. Thankfully, they came in and adjusted it before they got back to my grievance. It was really fascinating to see like what Chris is talking all about, and just to like put some hard dates out.
Also, Dominic did not ask me about filing this grievance. Otherwise, I would have absolutely said, put in the left-hand corner, emergency. Not like it would have done any good. But he did not do that. So I have to say to the jail, technically it was not an emergency grievance.
I was freezing to death. I could hear my breath.
Therefore, yeah, you didn't write the emergency in there. So,
but it was interesting to see, and you know, thank you, DOC, for finally getting back to us playing with the thermostat. But it is interesting to see. Yes, I mean, an interesting process. But yeah. Indoor rec, good. Got a couple letters myself today. Thank you, Patriots. You guys know it takes forever for stuff to get here. But I also want to say I got one from Miss Jackie Brown, one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies, so I don't know if there's any connection there. But Maga Mouse, Miss Lily, Cheryl Johnson, and everybody else that continues to write to us, we appreciate it. And, thank you very much. I got some very good news today that I'm not in a position to share publicly yet. Thank you for everybody that's prayed for me, and some of you know what I'm talking about, but I don't even think I've told Chris yet.
No, you haven't.
Well, don't
no resolution is positive.
Don't leak it out here.
I'm still facing 168 to 210. So anyway, and I did find out, if you want to call it good news, I guess it's good news. Only a meniscus tear, which I already had surgery on, and then they're like, yeah, well, most people don't have surgery on them. Like, I already had surgery on it. Well, yeah, but this one might not be bad. You know, it's probably not bad. I'm like, you literally just said that you don't have the visual of it, and you're going off of what the person who reads the, you know, it's not even, they might be doctors, but they work for the, I guess, radiology or whatever it is. Like the orthopedist hasn't even seen this thing yet. Can we schedule that? Oh, yeah. It'll get scheduled eventually. Thank you. Thank you for absolutely. Yeah, I know, and that's why I have to do it. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is absolute. So people who don't know, I'm sure that everyone knows, but it's been 4 months since my knee was swollen 3 times the size. It was swollen like that for about 2.5 months, then it went down to about double in size, and it was like that for another 2 months. They pressed on it today, and they said, yeah, there's a lot of fluid in there. Well, that's great. Can I please have someone train it, do something? Can I please see an orthopedist? It's absolutely insane. They're like, well, yeah, but it's fine. No, you don't know that. You don't know that. Guess what? The last time I had meniscus there, it was bad enough I needed surgery on it. So how about you send me to outside medical? Like, I have, like, that's nothing that has to be approved by the marshals. Okay, I literally, all you need to do is schedule me to see Howard University Hospital, and I need to go see the orthopedist, because guess what? He's going to be all pissed off that my finger doesn't bend, and he wanted to see me about 3 weeks ago for that. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's like pulling teeth.
And selfishly, I can say that the J6 basketball team needs all the help we can get, so we want Chris to not only get that swelling down, but also...
you know, my 5'6" frame is really going to do a lot.
Not the size of the dog in the fight, that's it. The thought that counts, or something like that.
Just ask the Capitol Police of the Elected Hole of 58.
Do it. So, okay, I have to just mention this again. I've talked about this before, but one time you guys had called in and we're talking about playing basketball, and I'm like, oh, you got to play basketball? Well, Shane played basketball, and the rest of us tried not to get run over by Shane.
Yeah, so I played basketball with Shane one time, okay, where I caught a 25-pound elbow to my cranium, and I've had multiple concussions before because of soccer. 100% had a concussion. Absolute, no doubt in my mind, had a concussion. I mean, I was like, all right, I'm done. You know what? Listen, like, no, that's a big elbow. And, yeah. And he's like, well, he should have been crowding me. You know, how much?
Should have been in my 5-foot radius of space.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, and meanwhile, mind you, there's 3 to 4, guards that are watching us play basketball. 99% of the time, they're black, and all they see is 4 to 12 white dudes who are the worst basketball players that they've ever seen, because like that's what they play, especially in DC. Like, that's what they play.
We're out there. I mean, it looks like a cross, for being honest, somewhere between like badminton, figure skating, tackle football, and volleyball. How we call it basketball.
Yeah, somehow we call it that. But guys have fun, and that's it.
Work up a good sweat, and it's it's a good time. But like I said, gotta give credit where it's due. James Grant killed it today.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the that's what's happening here. That's the latest and greatest. We're just waiting on figuring out what's going on with my court case, and Don said he got some good news. That's great.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Prayers are answered. We're moving in the right direction, and I appreciate everybody out there that keeps me in their thoughts and prayers, that send letters, that send encouragement, good vibes, and all that. Dominic Fox, number 387287.
And it's Chris Blackman, 378835.
Number 1 in their cells, number 1 in their hearts.
Have a great. God bless you guys. Have a great night, Patriots. We love you.
God bless Texas.
God bless you. Yeah, God bless Texas.
That's right.
I've been selling my soul, working all day,
The
overtime
DNC
hours,
podcast.
bullshit pay.
DCGulag. I thought I'd seen Jenna on there and get her.
We're so quick to point a finger. We judge things from our point of view. The things that we say, the trouble it makes, it hurts you and it hurts me too. This is such a fallen world we live in. It's really not the way it's supposed to be. What if we could see each other different? It'd probably change everything. We're all broken people. Don't we all need Jesus? Every moment of our lives, 24, 3, 6, 5, a human is equal. Don't we all have our weakness? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody needs that grace. We all need Jesus. Everybody needs a savior, even the ones who think they don't. We got stuff we hide deep down inside. It's so much that we don't show. It's just the world of what we live in. It's really not the way it's supposed to be. Isn't that the beauty of redemption? It changes everything. We're all broken people. Don't we all need Jesus? Yeah. Every moment of our lives, 24, 3, 6, 5, a human is equal. Don't we all have our weakness? Everybody makes mistakes. Yeah, everybody needs that grace. We all need Jesus. To the rich man, from the prison to the preacher. Oh, all I know is we all need Jesus. All I know is we all need Jesus. Every man and every woman, yeah. Every city, every nation. All I know is we all need Jesus. All I know is that we're all broken people. Don't we all need Jesus? Every moment of our lives, 24 where Satan resides. Wash it with the blood of Christ. It's needed here, so don't think twice. Dating with a Satanist, we all know this is the end. God is coming for revenge. Target is targeting. They put a target on my back, but they're targeting your kids. They don't even need to ask, cause you all know what it is. Yeah, that's why I keep a strap, and I'm always by my beds. This agenda gotta stop, and you know we gonna win when they target, yeah they target and target, yeah they target kids. Target, yeah they target and target, yeah they target kids.
Hey Raj, can you take a look? I wanted to add watermark, but it doesn't let me.
And it wouldn't do that down there.
Well, I was born on the banks of Sabine River, not far from the Texas line.
I don't know, Rebecca tried to do it the other night, but it popped right up.
Yeah, I did it before, just double click it.
Protecting me and mine. So you better
It wouldn't do it the other night, you might have to restart the screen, but then you'll lose it.
So I'm a rebel and rogue, and I'm always on the run. With a fire inside, I ain't ever gonna die. I'm a locked and loaded gun. When the match is striking the gasoline lights, it's only just begun. One thing I learned is you can watch it all burn, but the flame ain't ever done. Raise 'em up a little higher and louder.
Yeah. 好像都是一样。Yeah.
I'm amazed that I'm still alive.
一样啊。我把那个点掉了，点掉了以后呢，以前好像我一点它就过去了，现在好像没反应。现在点它每一个图都是一样的，它就是好像变成选择了，它就一个选。下一步可能会有其他的命令可以，它就好像。它曾经出来，现在被我一点又回去了，又没了。我现在刚才是出来了，但现在现在出来了，现在有。请他出不来。
Hello. Hey. What's happening?
Nothing much. This is David, by the way.
Hey, David. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing?
It's actually not too shabby out here tonight. It's a nice, mild evening with no wind and no haters, so just patriots.
It's always nice when the rejects and the freaks stay away.
That's right. So how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Oh, so hey, so I wanted to 1 second. We're going to med cell. I need to go ahead and move from one cell to the other. So I got a bunch of letters today. Which is always nice. I always love getting mail, you know. But they weren't, you know, they didn't have any return They didn't have any. Thank you. They didn't have any return addresses on there. But I looked and I saw there was stamp marks from California, Santa Clarita Valley, which is, you know, very close to where I am. And I got a bunch of letters from a bunch of kids. I think like 9 different kids.
Nice.
Wrote me letters, and they're like, one of them was like a little 12-year-old girl, and kind of surreal. The subjects that they were approached with, and like, and what they were writing in the letters, and like what you know, the things that 12-year-olds are dealing with nowadays, that they're smart enough to acknowledge certain things that are going on. And you know, this little girl wrote that she says she doesn't think the police will let a 12-year-old do something, and thought it was kind of like surreal, like I said, reading these letters, which is awesome, from all these kids, and but just seeing the things that they're writing about, like, it was just kind of, like I said, really, it was just like mind-numbing that they're presented with. You know, when I was 12, I wanted to go outside, do stuff, you know, do kid stuff. Now 12-year-olds are part of conversations that I never thought I would imagine them ever having to be a part of, you know, and how kids have kind of been weaponized over the past few years. Right. And, you know, it's just, they're over here worried about my struggle. You know, 12-year-olds tripping on, you know, what's happening to me.
Well,
I'm like, man.
Doesn't it give you hope, though, for the future?
Yeah, it does. It does. I just wish that didn't have to be a part of the equation of their growing up. That's what, like, a lot of us are trying to prevent, you know, from happening. We want to make it so, you know, the way that we grew up is the normal and what's going on, not the freakazoid way that, you know, they're headed. But it was awesome getting all these letters. I got to find out. I have an idea of where they might have come from. I don't know if it was a class or something, but I think it's just pretty awesome. I have yet to go through all the letters. I've gone through a few. Ashley was the name of one of them, so that was cool. And I think Andrew was another. So I gotta go through all of them, see what all of them say. So yeah, it kind of made my day getting mail from a bunch of cool kids. You know, so yeah, that makes days, you know, understandable. When everything else sucks, something like that happens, it slides along my path, and you know, saw that and was like, at first I was like, you know, I thought it was somebody that I might know, because the writing was all similar, but then when I looked, now that I realized it was kids, I see that, like, you know, it's the hands of young people that have written all the letterheads and stuff. And so they're all, like, individual and unique and stuff. So it's, like I said, it's pretty kick-ass seeing that and getting it. Like I said, that's like the highlight of my day. My daughters, you know, learning how to do exactly what these kids are doing, which is writing and stuff. So, you know, just a cool thing. Good, one good thing out of this black abyss that is, you know, what we're dealing with right now. But yeah, good nonetheless.
Did you go play basketball today? Did you get in on some of that basketball?
Nope, didn't get in on the basketball because that was the thing that injured me and prevents me from being able to work out the way that I used to. So even though I used to be, you know, I used to be a basketball fanatic. I was always out there. Playing basketball. That was like my thing. And then I was having a competition with Scooter, and then you know, we were throwing the ball, and of course, I was making them and he wasn't. But I was throwing these shots, man, and I don't know why I was trying to go like full court shots, and I was like throwing these like hook shots with my right arm, and ended up hurting something to where killed me off completely from working out. So it's been months since I've been able to do anything because I hurt myself. And, you know, of course, this place provided the immediate care that I came to expect here at DC. And
they brought you a heating pad and everything, right?
Ibuprofen.
Oh, man.
Ice for 10,
they were on it so fast. I couldn't believe the services rendered. It was worth every penny. You know, just, oh, my God.
So what you're saying is that Scooter was intimidated by your workout ethic, and he took you out in another way.
Oh man, he took Shane out on the basketball court. He did.
That story, because I just
he tripped him. If you guys remember when Shane talked about himself, his shoulder getting hurt.
No,
yeah, that was Scooter's fault.
I just remember everybody saying that they didn't play basketball. Shane played basketball, and everybody else tried to not get run over by Shane. So it's just interesting that Shane got hurt too. I shouldn't be laughing. It's really not funny, but I do have a little picture in my head of that playing out.
Yeah, Shane did this like shoulder roll, barrel roll thing, and and he landed on his left shoulder, and he was like out and down. I thought it was like trying to do like a movie body roll thing, you know, like how when they roll in and they start blasting, you know, and I thought Shane was trying to be like a cool guy. And I was like, okay, and then he went down and he kind of fell in slow motion, you know, after Scooter tripped him, and then you know, he was done.
And then he was done.
It was over. Yeah, it was over for old Shanester. Poor guy. He was out every one of his years hit him like a ton of bricks. You know, when that injury happened.
That's awesome. No,
But,
I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny.
It's funny because it may not injure him for life.
There's recovery time.
Yeah, there's recovery, so that's why it's funny. I mean, I'm the kind of person that if you fall, I'm gonna laugh first, and then I'm gonna be like, "Are you okay?" Oops. I mean, I'm just an asshole. I can't help it.
Yeah, well, anybody who wouldn't laugh, but they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like, oh, come on, man. Yeah, I'm good.
I can't cry over big burly men. Like, I just can't. Like, you hurt your little shoulder. Oh.
I don't know. When we lived in the other house we were living in, every single one of us fell down the steps. So I don't know. It was funny when everybody else fell, but I didn't so much think it was funny when I took my header.
I thought it was funny when I fell. I'll say that.
Did you know that stairs annually kill more people than shark attacks every year?
I believe that.
It doesn't surprise me. I squished Fuggles. I was carrying my dog down the stairs. We both took a header. Oh. She was okay.
What did you say the dog's name was?
Fuggles?
Yeah, Fuggles.
What? Did you say smuggle?
No, Fuggles.
F-U-G-G-L-E-S.
Fuggle.
Yes, she was the
What is
sweetest
that?
dog.
What exactly is that word, or where did it come from?
It's a combination of F and ugly, but she was sweet though. And she
you mean fugly?
Yeah, well, Fuggles.
You mean?
It was sweetened up, and
Oh,
she didn't
okay.
know because we said it with love.
No,
We said it with love, so she never knew. She never knew what Fuggles meant.
Poor dog.
Oh no, because I say fugly. I was like, Oh, Fuggles, that's hilarious. Because I was like, what the hell? I'm like, Fuggles. I'm like, why does it sound so, like, oddly humorous? You know, and I was like, that sounds hilarious.
Well, Micki has a funny sense of humor, too.
Oh. Fuggles, yeah, Fuggles isn't with
Right
us
on.
anymore. She was out here freedom fighting for a while, and she made it to 19, but yeah, she's passed since then, but she hung out for quite some time. She's been out here on Freedom Corner.
That's right.
19 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn dog was smarter than half the 19-year-olds running around these days.
I think that she was much smarter than most of the 19-year-olds right now. I have a 19-year-old and I can concur. Fuggles is way smarter. And I
Dog doesn't even know English or can communicate better with you than a 19-year-old.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? So.
Hey, David, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we have to read roll call. I just realized what time it is and I'm going to be rushing, so we're going to have to go now.
All right, thanks, David. We'll sing good. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, Patriot.
All right, you guys have a good night out there. Everybody be safe.
Absolutely. We love you, Patriot.
All right. Likewise. Love you guys. You guys have a great night. Be
Thank
safe.
you.
Bye.
Good night.
Here, I thought Shane was the dangerous basketball player. I didn't know.
You just don't know how competitive Scooter is. The children
How you doing?
Right. Very great. I'll see you.
No win. Like just chilling. Yeah.
Hi, you guys. I'm Corinne. Corinne Clifford. I'm talking loud. Can you hear me? Testing.
Be bold.
I want to read the roll call.
There you go.
The roll call is so important. We start with the lives lost on January 6th. My name is Corinne Clifford, and I'm in U.S. federal court covering what's really happening, and we're losing every single jury trial. Today, Eric Clark lost, and it was a really sad day in federal court. And I brought Hank Munzer. His trial starts on Monday, so pray for Hank Munzer. He's from Montana. These are the lives lost on January 6th, 2021. Ashley Babbitt.
Hero.
Roseanne Boyland.
Hero.
Ken Greason.
Hero.
Benjamin Phillips.
Hero.
Officer Brian Sicknick.
Hero.
Rest in peace.
These are the people detained at this time in the United States of America. Justin Adams.
Hero.
Michael Adams.
Hero.
Thomas Adams.
Hero.
Tommy Allen.
Hero.
Chris Alberts.
Hero.
Russell Alford.
Hero.
Noah Bacon.
Hero.
Edward Beladian.
Hero.
Daniel Ball.
Hero.
Thomas Ballard.
Hero.
Logan Barnhart.
Hero.
Richard Barnett.
Hero.
Pauline Bauer.
Hero.
Julio Baquero.
Hero.
Matthew Bedingfield.
Hero.
Luke Bender.
Hero.
Joe Biggs.
Hero.
Aiden Billiard.
Hero.
Craig Bingert.
Hero.
Joshua Black.
Hero.
Matthew Bledsoe.
Hero.
Kenneth Bonowitz.
Hero.
Dominic Box.
Hero.
Brandon Bradshaw.
Hero.
Larry Brock.
Hero.
Jeffrey Brown.
Hero.
Jeremy Brown.
Hero.
Mark Brew.
Hero.
Daniel Caldwell.
Hero.
William Calhoun.
Hero.
Jared Cantrell.
Hero.
Jacob Clark.
Hero.
Cale Clayton.
Hero.
Steve Capuccio.
Hero.
Matthew Caspel.
Hero.
Donald Chilcolt.
Hero.
Shondell Chilcolt.
Hero.
Billy Cressman.
Hero.
Reed Christensen.
Hero.
Dylan Cronin.
Hero.
Josiah Colt.
Hero.
Mason Corson.
Hero.
Bruno Q. Matthew Da Silva. Nicholas DiCarlo. Nathaniel Delgrave. Daniel Dempsey. Lucas Denny. Robert Dennis. Timothy D. Jardins. There's so many more. Michael Dickinson. Joshua Doolin. Israel Easterday. Michael Eckerman. James Elliott. Daniel Eggtvet. Isaiah Farnsworth. Brandon Fellows. Kyle Fitzsimmons. Kevin Galetto. Mitchell Gardner. Robert Geiswin. David Geitzen. Vincent Gilseppi. Frank Gistano. Vitaly Grosso-Janwowski. Jeffrey Grace. James Grant. Matthew Green. Brian Gunderson. Joseph Hackett. Stacy Hager. Kenneth Harrelson. Johnny Harris. Richard Harris. Joshua Hayes. Donald Hazard. And there's more. We're just on H. Help me get to the next one, Tammy. I'm stuck on H, y'all. Listen, this is the biggest political prisoner crisis we've ever had in United States history. Maybe in the Civil War we had some more, but right now we're in the biggest political prisoner crisis we've ever had. Okay, here we go. Albuquerque Head. Okay. Andrew Hernandez. Joshua Hernandez. Eric Herrera. Joseph Howe. Joshua Hughes. Jared Hughes. Joseph Hutchinson. Brian Jackson. Shane Jensen. Woo! Shane Jensen. Douglas Jensen. Justin Jersey. Joshua Johnson. Taylor John Atkins. David Judd. Leo Kelly. Ryan Kelly. Julianne Catter. Federico Klein. Matthew Kroll. Thomas Langwerdan. Daniel Layden. Joseph Layden. Luke Lentz. Michael Lockwood. Joshua Lolar. Kevin Lyons. Marcus Malley. Christiane Manley. Here we go. Cody Matisse. James Malt. Christopher Maurer. Mark Mazza. Ronald Maccabee. Patrick McCaughey. James McGrew. Sean McHugh. Jeffrey McKellip. James McNamara. Connie Meggs. Kelly Meggs. Jonathan Mellis. Rodney Milstead. Matthew Ryan Miller. Scott Miller. Jordan Mink. Robert Menuda. Landon Mitchell. David Moschel. Robert Moss. Christopher Moynihan. Jonathan Munafo. Daryl Neely. Ryan Nichols. Christine Niemela. Gregory Nix. Ethan Nordine. Nicholas Ox. Here we go, we're still on O. Grady Owens. Jason Owens. Joseph Padilla. Robert Palmer. Michael Perkins. Dominic Pezzola. Daniel Phipps. Mark Ponder. Jonathan Pollock. Olivia Pollock. Rachel Powell. Sean Price. Joshua Pruitt. Chris Quaglin. Barry Ramey. Guy Ruffett. Zach Reel. Narayaya Reiner. Stuart Rhodes. Howard Richardson. Jorge Riley. Thomas Robertson. Michael Roberts. Okay.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey there, guys. You guys still there? You doing stuff? You having technical difficulties or just another day in the office? Go ahead.
Just another day in the office. We were just a little slow getting roll call started, but we're going to wrap it up after the anthem. What do you got going on in there?
Oh, just another day in the insanity place that we are in. The insane asylum, the echo chamber, the Groundhog Day tunnel, the place that should have padded walls, but they're not padded. I'm just sorry. I'm a little punchy today. I got up on the wrong side of the cell, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, sometimes that happens.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's because I didn't have my Wheaties this morning. You know, my eggs were overdone. My mimosa was warm. I don't know.
No mint on the pillow.
No mint on the pillow. That's it. That's exactly. Room service. I mean, the service here sucks. It's terrible. Terrible. Terrible.
Well, we try to give Hershey kisses at the Eagle's Nest.
That's right.
We have little chocolates and clean towels.
That's right.
Okay. I actually like those little mint Andes myself. If you're going to put anything in my pillow, those are one of my personal favorites.
I'll keep that in mind next time I buy candies.
That's right. Yeah, keep that in mind for you know, my next visit, of course.
Just in case.
All right. Well, we have got 8:59. Let me say the 1 minute warning and get things rocking. So hold on. 1 minute. Hey there, you guys. So what's going on?
I don't know. Do we have news, Tammy?
Oh, we have a couple morsels.
Tammy has a couple morsels.
Oh, hold on. Let me get my pen and paper out. Hold on. In case we got some good nuggets here. All right. Hit me. What do you got?
Okay, so an analysis shows the RNC spend more money on management, media consultants, and flowers than voter file maintenance. So, you know, the Republicans are just really doing a bang-up job of being real shitty. That's my first one.
Hold on. Say it again. Something and flowers? What was the first one?
Management, media consultants, and flowers.
Well, at least the florists are doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for that management media consultant.
It's important work.
And then moving on, a citizen journalist exposes Red Cross providing maps, cell phones, etc. to illegal immigrants coming into the United States. They're requiring illegals to give blood. Red Cross is making $570 per unit and takes 7 units from every illegal. That is $3,990 for every illegal migrant and profit giving blood. So keep donating to the Red Cross, y'all. It's really going places.
Wow.
Also,
So wait, how do you take 7? How do you hold on? Back. You said they take 7 units. Each unit is a pint, so that means it has to be done over a multiple week period.
each unit is like 500 milliliters.
Oh, okay. All right, so basically they're making a profit on all the immigrants coming across.
Yeah, diseased blood. So, and then moving on to the next topic.
Hold on. The reason they might be taking all of their blood is maybe because they are not vaccinated.
Probably. Maybe, but they need that clean blood.
But it's not clean there, but like, I don't know, maybe some of it is, but we were having some diseases returning in this country that have been eradicated for quite some time. And that the illegal immigrants are bringing it back. You know, measles, mumps, what is it? Leprosy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one's good.
And there's an outbreak of syphilis, all that stuff. Yeah.
TB.
And TB.
Okay, you're getting way beyond my knowledge base, so I'll just listen. I honestly don't. I'm not a medical guy, so.
Well, it's just a bunch of malarkey.
Bullshittery.
Okay.
Yeah, bullshittery. That's right. All right, so moving on. Badass East Palestine mayor. This is word for word what was written. Badass East Palestine mayor Trent Conaway savages Joe Biden, refuses Biden PR visit to East Palestine 1 year after toxic explosion. He says the best time for Biden to visit would be February 25 when he's on his book tour.
All right.
And then my
we're talking that was that train derailment in the town called Palestine, not actually Middle East, right?
Yes, East Palestine, Ohio.
Right.
And then the last thing I
sure our
have
listeners know that. Go ahead.
is the House voted 422 to 2 to ban anyone who participated in the October 7th Hamas attack from immigrating to the United States. Phew. The only 2 who voted against it were Cori Bush and Rashida Tlaib. Shocker.
And then did we talk yesterday about Ilhan Omar declaring her allegiance to Somalia?
Yeah, but say it again.
Yeah, it's all true. Ilhan Omar gave a speech in her native Somali tongue and said that Americans will bend to Somalia will, and her Somalia is first in her heart and her priorities. I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
Okay. And we need to make sure that we don't vote for that person.
Yep. And so many others. And so many others. What do you have, Jeff? Do you have any tidbits for us today?
I have nothing today other than the one thing that I got yesterday, and maybe I discussed it, maybe I didn't. I might have gotten it a little late. Did I tell you about the DeSantis thing about the state of Florida and their 4 constitutional amendments? Did I bring that up yesterday?
You did not.
Oh, all right. Well, from what I gather, he was very proud of this, and in my book, he went up a couple points. It says here, DeSantis has made a video where he discussed the 4 constitutional amendments that the state of Florida is going to push forward. Number 1 is congressional term limits.
Yay!
Number 2, that's about dang time for that one.
Yeah.
Number 2, a balanced budget requirement in the Constitution. Okay, that would be phenomenal. Number 3, presidential line item veto. So that would give him not just authority to say no, but 2 specific line items so that you could line out, get rid of the pork that somehow makes its way into all kinds of bills. And last but not least, number 4, that all laws, let me say that again, all laws must also apply to Congress, no exceptions, which would be that if ever they did some kind of a vaccine mandate, that they too would have to get the vaccine mandate. And I think it might also be something like when they did the Obamacare, and they said everybody has to enroll except for them. So these are 4 very, very good constitutional amendments. Now, I think the last constitutional convention we had was, I think, back in 92 or something like that. So it's been a while, and they are dangerous because if you get some radicals in there, you get some. Well, you have to be very, very cautious when you open that door. Very cautious and very structured. So those are some very good ones. That's what I got.
All right. Well, I like all those things. I also like to see.
Yeah.
I would also like to see like single item bills.
Yeah.
And line item veto is good stuff, but I think that it ought to be single item bills. It only makes sense that way. They don't slip that shit in on the American people. That's 970 pages, and if you don't read it all, next thing you know, you're voting for God only knows what.
Yeah, I think I remember reading about that. There's a book called it's in one of the libraries. It's in one of the stacks out here. But I think it does talk about the constitutional amendments or things that need to be done. And one of them was just that bills need to only have things added to them that are germane to that bill.
Well, yeah,
because there's this pork and stuff.
The Democrats are saying that they have a proposal for the border to fix the border, but we sat in the Senate hearing where Lindsey Graham was like, well, the Republicans are almost there on border reform, but we need to give Ukraine more money. And those 2 things are tied together. I think we talked about this before. It's just so infuriating. What the hell does our border have to do with the war in Ukraine? So I don't know. These are like that. When they mismatch shit like that, it just shouldn't be allowed because one is paramount to the American people's survival and thrival, and the other one not so much. So. Just doesn't make
I wouldn't even say not so much. In my opinion, there are so many things that are wrong with Ukraine. But I've got my own opinions about that mess.
You have 1 minute remaining.
All right. Well, this is just a BITC session. So I'm glad. I hope you feel better, because I do.
Well, that's all that matters. We could go
on
the record,
but
I'm glad you're in a better mood. You want to tell us where to go and look for stuff, Jeff?
Yeah, I'll tell you where to go. Go to stophate.com. There's some great videos there. To get involved, please check out precinctstrategy.com. It'll just help you to understand how you can get involved in the vote that's coming up. Use your voice or lose your voice. Thank you guys for all you do out there. God bless you, and God bless America.
God bless you. We love you, Joe.
Thank you, guys. All right, guys. Good night.
Okay, we're going to continue the roll call of all the men and women in federal prison right now for what did not happen on January 6, 2021. Howard, okay, I'm going to start with Stuart Rhodes, one of my favorite people in the world.
Hero.
Stuart Rhodes.
Hero.
Howard Richardson.
Hero.
Jorge Riley.
Hero.
Thomas Robertson.
Hero.
Michael Roberts.
Hero.
Michael Roach.
Hero.
Jonathan. Up, her phone went out. Tammy. Okay, here we go.
It's okay. We have that problem.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Jonathan Rockholt.
Hero.
Daniel Rodriguez.
Hero.
Greg Rubenhacker.
Hero.
Rubennacker.
Hero.
Jeffrey Sable.
Hero.
Ryan Samsall.
Hero.
This is a major list. Okay. Ronald Sandlin.
Hero.
Salvador Sandoval.
Hero.
Robert Sanford.
Hero.
Peter Schwartz.
Hero.
Daniel Scott.
Hero.
Christian Secor.
Hero.
Hunter Seafried.
Hero.
Kevin Seafried.
Hero.
Grayson Sherrill.
Hero.
Alexander Shepard.
Hero.
Thomas Civic.
Hero.
Thomas is a hero. Jeffrey Sills.
Hero.
Marshall Sliley.
Hero.
Marshall Sly? Charles Smith.
Hero.
Tommy Smith.
Hero.
Kelly Sorrell.
Hero.
Audrey Southard.
Hero.
Hatchet Speed.
Hero.
Yvonne St. Cyr.
Hero.
Peter Stager.
Hero.
Shelley Stallings.
Hero.
Patrick Stedman.
Hero.
Laura Steele.
Hero.
Tristan Stevens.
Hero.
John Strand.
Hero.
Tara Stottlemyre.
Hero.
Isaac Sturgeon.
Hero.
Alan Sweeney.
Hero.
Andrew Taki.
Hero.
This continues. Enrique Tario.
Hero.
Curtis Tate.
Hero.
George Tenney.
Hero.
Jacob Ferez.
Hero.
Isaac Thomas.
Hero.
Devlin Thompson.
Hero.
Dustin Thompson.
Hero.
Edward Vallejo.
Hero.
Salvador Vasallo.
Hero.
Jason Wallace.
Hero.
Eric Scott Warner.
Hero.
Jessica Watkins.
Hero.
William Watkins.
Hero.
Matthew Webster.
Hero.
Thomas Webster.
Hero.
Matthew Webler.
Hero.
Brandy Weeks.
Hero.
Sandra Wire.
Hero.
Jack Witten.
Hero.
Anthony Williams.
Hero.
Riley Williams.
Hero.
Timothy Williams.
Hero.
Duke Wilson.
Hero.
Riley Wilden.
Hero.
Shane Woods.
Hero.
Chris Worrell.
Hero.
John Wright.
Hero.
Gregory Yetman.
Hero.
Isaac Yoder.
Hero.
Kyle Young.
Hero.
And those who we have lost to suicide: Christopher Georgia,
Hero.
Matthew Perna,
Hero.
Mark Ongst,
Hero.
and Jord Meacham.
Hero.
Rest in peace.
It's a powerful list. Thank you.
Say her name.
Say her name.
Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt.
So since we're running a little late with the roll call tonight, we're not going to play the song. We're going to go ahead and get ready for our high kicks.
I'm going to say something real quick. You know, after we do this, doing the roll call, in the month of January, there have been 33 Jan 6ers arrested, more this year.
Katie just 2 days ago.
Exactly. So 30 of our countrymen have been taken down just this last month. So let's keep their families and them in our prayers.
Matthew Graves got a special place in my prayers.
Praying for him to vote.
Come on, Willie.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from the sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Thank you for reading the roll call tonight, Corinne. I appreciate you. And thank you, everybody, for joining us out here on Freedom Corner. Even if you're in the comforts of your living room, we still appreciate you. And if you ever do make it out to DC, come on down to Freedom Corner. We're just right here next to the jail, right next to the cemetery behind the jail. You can find us. Just put Freedom Corner in your Google Maps. It'll come right up.
Ask your local Fed.
Just ask your local Fed. Hey Alexa, can you take me to Freedom Corner? And they'll bring you right here. So anyways, thank you so much for staying with us tonight. We love you. Please pray for us. We will pray for you. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night. I know. Happy.
Someday. I bet you someday.
That's tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Go watch the convo. It's still rolling.
No.
Okay, I have to say goodbye to you all patriots. It's always my highlight of the day when I'm here with you. See this name. I'm from when I feel so familiar with Lala, Joy, Debbie.
Until I head back home next week. Dwight and Lily are
Bonnie,
leaving too.
every one of you. We will have a better day tomorrow, I'm sure. Thank you. Peace. God bless.